Hello, Steve Mills here, back with my results podcast. Boy, it's been some time. I've been so busy doing things, it's a changing world. We've just launched our Results Mastery Hub. You might want to go and take a look at that, because it really is probably, I think, the ultimate digital marketing hub, a place where everything is all in one place. And it's just fantastic. You can find it at my website, steve-mills.com. I'm not here to sell you, just go and take a look and it'll, to be honest, sell itself. Anyway, today we're going to talk about the 5 most critical skills that you need to develop to grow your business, to grow your small business. Now, you hear things like this and you think, oh, well, how important is it? But these really are, I believe, incredibly important. So let me go through them. The first skill you need, and this is not really in any order of priority, just in an order that I put them together. So the first skill, I believe, is around time and task management and prioritization. It's so, how many things have you got to do today? The truth of the matter, for most people in small business, they've got far too many things. And what do? They end up working on the things that really they could pay somebody £5, £10, £20, whatever it is. They could pay somebody a small amount of money in order to do for them. And it is so important, I believe, to make sure that you're doing the right work. One of the things I often recommend to my clients is that they take a list or make a list of everything that they have to do. Whether it's everything from, doing the dishes to cleaning the carpet to writing a marketing strategy to making sales calls, delivering the work, you name it, you make a list of it. Then you get yourself a piece of paper or a spreadsheet and you divide it into 3 columns. On the left, the top, you write the word £10. In the middle column, you write £100, and on the right-hand column, you write £1,000. Your next job is to put the tasks that you're currently producing or that you have to do in one of those 3 boxes. So if it's a £10 task, like, say, for example, an admin task, then you put it in the £10 task. Doesn't matter whether you pay somebody £10 or £20, but it's something, I'm going to say something like bookkeeping. You can get a bookkeeper to do some work for, you're not going to pay them £1,000 an hour, and you can get somebody to do that sort of work for you and outsource that and save yourself a whole load of time and probably a whole load of grief and aggravation by not doing that work. So there's an example. So, I always believe that, everything can be improved. And I'm sure you and I'm sure I can improve our time and task management, because the truth of the matter is we've all got the same amount of time. Nobody's got, whether you're Bill Gates or Richard Branson or anybody else who you'd like to say is successful, they've all got the same amount of time. And so we've just got to decide where we spend it and what could we spend it on that's going to give us the best return on investment. Number two is sales skills. We've got to be good at selling. People go, oh, I'm not really a salesperson. Yes, you are. Even if you don't sell, you might be a family person. I have to sell the idea of going to bed, to my son, and, or sell the idea to yourself of getting yourself to go down the gym and do that training, and so on and so forth. So, three things I'd like to talk to you about briefly about sales is number one, having a system, making sure that you've got a process, not one that's in your head, but one that's written down, and that process has got ideally at least 10 things that you're going to do, when an inquiry comes in. So you're going to pick up the phone and call them, then you're going to send them an email, then you're going to do this, then you're going to do that, and after that you're going to do something else, and then you're going to follow up with that. Because there's an old saying that it takes 8 contacts to make a sale, and yet most small business owners make 2 or 3 contacts, and then they think, oh, well, this is going nowhere, I'll give in. And they often give in too easy. So that's number one. Number two is objectives. What are your goals? How much are you turning over now, and what do you want that to be? And what are you going to do about it? Because, again, most people don't have goals, and yet we hear time and time again that having goals increases sales. So, if you're turning over, I don't know, let's say 100 grand, and you really like to get to 200 grand, or I'm going to use 220. So that you want to get £120,000 worth of new business this year on top of what you've already got. Then that's simple, isn't it? It's 10 grand a month. If you divide that into the 20 days, you can work out how much more money you need to work per day in order to do that. And inside a couple of weeks, you're going to know whether you're going to be on target or not. So, having sales goals is really, really important. And lastly, training. I talk to business owners a lot. And when I ask them, when was the last time you did any sales training? They look at me like, well, I don't really do any sales training, Steve. I'm busy. I'm making it, shipping it, selling it, doing this, doing that, making the tea. But I don't have time for something incredibly important, that is to train myself to become better at converting leads into sales. And if you're not doing, then you should do. So sales is number 2. Number 3, my favorite, marketing. You got to be good at marketing. If I said to you the arguably out of these 5 that I'm going to go through, if you're focused on growing your business, you want to grow your business, then the number 1 and number 2 thing that you ought to do is work out what you can do to get more money. That's ultimately it, isn't it? And there's only, if you want to get not only more money, but more profit, which is really what you don't want turnover. If your turnover is £1 million and your costs are 1.2 million, you ain't going to stay in business that long. So, we need to think profit more than money, more than, turnover and so on. So if you're going to make more profit, you've got to be good at 2 things. One is what can you save, and the other is what can you sell. How can you sell more stuff? Whatever your stuff is, whether it's a service or a product or whatever, we've got to be better at that. So marketing yourself, we've got to be better at creating awareness, getting people to know us, turning those into relationships, turning those into meetings, turning those into proposals and into sales. So that's where sales and marketing sync, really. I always believe that marketing's about lead generation and sales is about lead conversion. Next one, number 4, financial skills. If you talk to any accountant, they'll tell you how important it is to know and understand the financial side of your business. And I really do believe that is incredibly true. Can you read a cash flow forecast? Do you understand what a balance sheet's showing you? Have you done any forecasting? What do you know about the numbers in your accounts? Do you really understand them properly? Because if you don't, but you did, you could make a massive difference to your business. So financial awareness is definitely right up there in terms of the skills that you probably need to develop. And last but by no means least, you need good people skills. People say, well, I'm not really a people person. Well, now's the time. We need to be good at managing people. We need to be good at managing clients. We need to be good at motivating people. We need to be good at, managing ourselves, our own people skills, and so on and so forth. So they're the 5 things I wanted to talk about. So just to go over them, we got time and task management, your sales skills, your marketing skills, financial skills, and people skills. If you could become even 10% more effective in those 5 key areas by the end of this year, I'm sure you'd end up with a lot more money in your bank. Thanks very much for listening. And don't forget to go and check out my new and very exciting Results Mastery Hub on my website. The website being steve-mills.com, or you could go to results-mastery.com, because I got 2 websites. How cool is that? Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for listening, and I look forward to speaking to you again very, very soon. Thank you.